joined by recently acquired forward Erik Haula. If you have a question, please send a note in the chat, and then we will ping you for your question. We'll lead off with Sam Kassan, NewJerseyDevils.com.
Erik, thanks for joining us today. Welcome to Jersey as well. I just wondered where you were when you found out about the trade and your thoughts on joining the New Jersey Devils.
I had just gotten done with workout and just were about to go shower, and my friend, former teammate, beat me to the cell phone, I guess, and he was like, "Hey, you were traded," and I was like, "Really?" And then I just looked at my phone, and it was blowing up. So that was that, and then head home and let the dust settle for a little bit and kind of process it in your head for a second. But it's a really exciting group to be a part of. A lot of young talent, very talented group, plays with pace. So it's seems like a good fit for me, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
And you mentioned that. I want you to talk a little bit about your game because you said it's a good fit for you. Why do you think it's a good fit, and how do you think you can help contribute to that young roster?
Like I said, I feel like the team likes to play with pace, and that's kind of how I like to play the game, and carry the puck up the ice and kind of try to put the opponent on their heels. So I feel like that's a good fit in that way, and then trying to come in as a veteran guy, a little bit older guy, and maybe bring something to the locker room, bring something to players that can help the team take a step forward.
You mentioned being the veteran guy. It's obviously a little bit of a different scenario where you're coming with all these young players around you. Will be one of the older guys. Have you had a scenario where like that in the past where you've been more of a veteran presence and had to nurture? I know in Boston it's a little more veteran group there, but where you had to kind of help some of the younger guys and nurture them and help them grow in their game as well?
I don't think this level, but I think it's for me personally, I've learned a lot along the way, and I've been in that role somewhat, and just being able to learn from guys like Patrice Bergeron last year, and so I feel like it's I don't know. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I think it really helped me personally as a player and as a leader to watch those guys and learn from them.
I know you played a lot of wing and a lot of center. Do you have a preference on whether you like to play the wing, center? Are you pretty much comfortable with both?
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't played much wing, just a little bit, mostly always center, but whatever the right fit is. Last year I played some wing, and the chemistry was there, and played center, and chemistry. I feel like it all comes with chemistry in your line, and whether it's wing or center, that's kind of dependent on that of what works the best.
Well, thanks, Erik. Appreciate your taking the time for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sam. Next question will go to Tom Gallitti, NHL.com.
Hi, Erik. Just wondering, I think this is maybe 5 years in a row you changed teams in the off season, and maybe 6 or 7. Are you getting used to moving, and then just kind of something or is it never easy, or what was it like when you go through that?
I don't know how to take that question, first of all, but no, I don't think it gets any easier. Usually when you get older, your family just keeps getting bigger. So I would say it gets harder to move. I'm not used to it. Not looking forward to doing that all the time or anything. I'm coming to New Jersey, hoping to stick there. Hoping to stay there long term. We don't want to move, but that's the business side of this game and the league. So we've been on the moving side of things, and like I said, hopefully we can stick in New Jersey.
When you look at the way you played last year, does that you feel like you had one of your better seasons? How did you feel like you played last season with Boston?
Well, I think that it was a season where I could prove again that I could play a bigger role, play with better players, and be able to produce kind of like I did earlier in my career with Vegas. We had a lot of success then, and so I feel like that was a good step to show everybody that I have that in my game.
How do you think, as a veteran guy, like you were mentioning, you can help younger centers like Jack Hughes and like the other guys on the team? How can you help them maybe fitting in here? You
know what, those guys are awesome players. I don't think I can really pinpoint to you right now of what I can help with, but I think there's little things in everyone's game that they can get better at, and so we'll start with meeting the guys and getting accustomed and getting to know them, and then once the games start going and stuff, maybe there are little things that they can teach me and I can teach them.
Have you talked to anyone yet? Do you know anybody there?
I played with Thomas Tatar and Dougie Hamilton before, so I know them personally. I haven't really talked to anybody except for management yet. Kind of seems very recent, like it just happened. So I'm sure everyone's enjoying their summers, and it's mid-July, so I'm sure we'll get to that.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Our next question will go to Tom Canavan, Associated Press.
Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Good, real good. I was kind of shocked. I mean, nobody from Boston called to tell you you'd been traded. You had to find out from a friend.
No, yeah, I guess that came out wrong. So I mean, Don Sweeney had been trying to call me, but my friend just opened his phone first, and I hadn't even looked at my phone yet, and I had been in the gym, so I didn't know that it had happened, and then I looked at my phone. I had received a call plenty in advance from Don, and he's a class act. He wouldn't have ever done that, and so I guess it's good that we rephased that.
Okay. The other thing is, a guy who Jersey added in the last day or so is Andre Palat, whose career seems to overlap with yours. I mean, do you see him as somebody who's very similar to yourself? Kind of one of those grinder guys who'll do anything for the team?
Well, I wouldn't say that we're similar. He's won 2 Stanley Cups, and he's been on the best team that we've seen in a decade, I would say. So, I'm very happy that he signed there, and I'm excited to meet him and get to know him and work with him. But hard to say about that. I think we're very different players, and probably going to bring different things to the team.
I mean, besides, being a center and scoring, I mean, do you also, I thought you penalty kill also?
Yeah, I have penalty killed a lot in my career. I've kind of done it all, to be honest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Our next question will go to Ryan Novozinski, NJ.com.
Eric, I want to go back to something that Tom asked. Obviously you talked about the moving scenarios and you bounced around a couple of different teams, but what do you know about New Jersey, your next home, and how excited are you about living in the state?
Yeah, I didn't know much, honestly. I mean, I've mostly been close to the rink and then in and out kind of situation. So I didn't know much, but every single person that I've talked to that played in New Jersey, I've loved it. So that's been great feedback and makes me excited to get there. And, obviously I've been getting some recommendations of where to live and how awesome it is. So those are all positive things and great to hear. So can't wait to take a look for myself and kind of, once we get a couple of days ahead here, we can kind of start looking at that situation and where to live and all of that, and then the reality sets in of moving to New Jersey and getting more excited.
How close were you with Taylor Hall in Boston? Obviously, he played for the Devils, and did he offer you any advice? Has he reached out about any advice about playing for the Devils?
Yeah, I was really close with Taylor. We were line mates, and he was one of my closer friends on the team, and he texted me right after it happened. Been texting with him and definitely I'm gonna get some insight from him and that'll be a great contact for me.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question will go to Robert Aiken, NorthJersey.com.
Eric, welcome to New Jersey.
Thank you.
You're a 7th round pick when you came through your draft class, and now you go to a team that has historically had a lot of 1st round picks and highly touted prospects. Do you feel like, from your background and the road that you've taken to your career right now, kind of gives a different perspective to the rest of the players on the roster?
I don't think it's just our roster. It should give perspective to everybody around the league. And the draft just happened, and it's always fun to watch the reactions and see all that, because I remembered what it felt like for me, and but we're first round, seventh round, third round. When you put on that sweater, it doesn't matter. You're all the same, in my opinion, and you're ready to compete together.
From being an opponent of the Devils for many years, based off of what sweater you were wearing, how does it feel now to kind of see the young talent that they've been able to grow and cultivate over the last couple of years, and now play alongside of them?
Yeah, absolutely. I was very impressed watching them last year, and like I said, it looks like a really good group, exciting group to be a part of, and I still believe there's a lot of growth to be had.
You've played with a lot of great coaches in your career. Now you get another one with Lindy Ruff. What are your thoughts about sharing a locker room with Lindy Ruff?
Yeah, excited. Heard really good things. It's obviously a good coach, has a good track record. So I just briefly talked to him, but I'm excited to get to know him and move forward. I've had a few coaches, and I had some good coaches, but I'm excited about Lindy and working with him this year.
Thanks, Eric. Welcome to New Jersey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Our next question will go to Leslie Treff. Go ahead, Leslie.
Hi, welcome to New Jersey, Eric.
Thank you.
In sort of been following your career since Minnesota, so very happy you're here. Before you were injured, the serious injury that you had, you were basically a top six center. Have you adjusted your game at all since the injury? And do you expect to be a top six center in New Jersey?
Yeah, I mean, in Vegas, I didn't start as a top six center. Kind of worked my way up to that role, and when I got an opportunity, I was able to take advantage of it. Injury happened, things happen, and then last year I got an opportunity to play top six again, and I feel like I took advantage of that opportunity. I don't have expectations yet for where I'm going to play or what's going to happen with the Devils. I mean, it just happened yesterday, and just getting to know the roster a little bit and knowing all the names and everything. But I'm just right now focused on coming to camp and in good shape and ready to go.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. We have a follow-up for Ryan Novozinski. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Eric, I should have followed up with this earlier, but is there anything Taylor specifically said to you, or was it just living advice and stuff like that?
Well, he said he enjoyed his time. He loved living there. He didn't have many bad things to say, so it made me even more excited. Somebody that I trust and who's a close friend that only has good things to say. That's going to excite you.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Any further questions for Eric? Great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Eric, for joining us. We're excited to have you in Jersey. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.